Lesson 3, 7 ways to treat chronic stress. So what is chronic stress? Chronic stress is when from acute, it went to episodic acute stress, and then because you haven't taken care of yourself and you haven't put in any self-care into practice, it's now snowballed or roller coasted into chronic stress. Many a times when you go to the doctors for chronic stress, they might put you on antidepressants, and if you don't take care of yourself now, you're going to be changing the stress levels into anxiety, and your anxiety levels might already have started, or you can be going down your spiral into depression. So how do we treat chronic stress? Now these are my 7 ways that I teach my clients and I share with my clients, because when they use these 7 ways of treating their stress levels, you'd find that the stress levels start to decrease and eventually they end up living stress-free. So let's look at it. And many of these, they've actually used it in conjunction with those 3 tools that I've just mentioned in the last lesson. So the first one, being authentic. Now, if you've done my taster course on stress, my 3 app ways, authenticity was one. Being authentic is important, being your own self, being true to yourself, knowing who you are, and not allowing anybody to change who you are. Number 2, being mindful of the triggers. You've been introduced to what the triggers are. By now you should know how to identify the triggers. So be mindful of the triggers and how the feelings play out in your body. So from the triggers, know how it affects your body. Number 3, take time out from that situation. Maybe if it's at work, take time out or look for another job. Or if it's at home and you find that you're quite stressed at home, take a short break, take a holiday. A short break or a holiday is such a beautiful way of removing yourself from the situation. It's more like where you are diverting that stress and you're allowing yourself to be away from that stressful situation. Number 4, if you're having work pressures, find a new job. If it's really chronic and your stress levels are very high and you know that you are now diagnosed with chronic stress, and if work is the one that's contributing to this, change jobs. Change jobs, because nothing should be more important than your health. Number 5, if you're at home and you're quite stressed, and this is for all the home carers and all the home givers, if you are at home and you feel quite stressed, being at home the whole day, either with the kids, doing your household chores, shopping, it can be quite overwhelming. You don't need to do this by yourself. Ask for help. You have your children, you have your partners. Use each other. Help each other. Because when each other helps, and when you ask for help and you delegate, and you're not just delegating, you are teaching your children a skill, but also you share the workload, you share the responsibility. It doesn't mean if you are at home, then that is you're having an easy day. Oh no. You should distribute chores and distribute whatever you need, whatever is stressing you out, and ask for help. Sometimes it might be just having a cup of tea with your partner and saying, you know what, let's go sit out in the garden. It could do you a world of good. Number 6, I just spoke about it. Delegate duties or projects to others. And that doesn't mean you shirking. That just means you being wise and you are working smart. Because when you delegate and you give projects to other people, whether it's at home or whether it's at the workplace, then you are empowering other people and you're giving other people skills. And number 7, seek professional help, because many a time chronic stress is not just what's happening in your day-to-day life. It could be feelings of limiting beliefs that are holding you back from your past. And remember, limiting beliefs come into your life around between the ages of 0 and 8. So you might be living your life according to those limiting beliefs. Now, at this point, I'd really love to tell you that I work with these things with my clients. I work with stress, anxiety, and depression. I use rapid transformational therapy and hypnotherapy because I regress my clients to their past where they are able to get rid of anything that's stopping them from being successful and being happy and giving them back their self-worth and confidence. You have 7 ways to treat chronic stress if you are a victim of it. Use these 7 ways. Jot it down on a post-it, stick it on your fridge and start to use it. Remember, tools that you don't use becomes useless. So you need to use the tools to make a difference to your life.